गुरवे गौरचंद्राय राधिकाय तदालये कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः. So we are discussing the characteristics of the soul. So we have already seen that we are not this body, we are spirit souls. And what are the specialities or characteristics of these souls? That is our point, that is our theme of discussion. So we are now discussing the verse number 27 onwards. जातस्य हि ध्रुवो मृत्युर्ध्रुवं जन्मस्य ध्रुवं जन्ममृतस्य च तस्मात् अपरिहार्यर्थे नात्वं शोचितुमर्हसि. जातस्य हि ध्रुवो मृत्युर्ध्रुवं जन्ममृतस्य च तस्मात् अपरिहार्यर्थे नात्वं शोचितुमर्हसि. Yes, please recite.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी. जातस्य हि ध्रुवो मृत्युर्ध्रुवं जन्ममृतस्य च तस्माद् अपरिहार्ये अर्थे नतं शोचितुम् अर्हसि.
प्रभु. जातस्य हि ध्रुवो मृत्युर्ध्रुवं जन्म मृतस्य च तस्माद् परिहार्योऽर्थेन त्वं शोचितुमर्हसि.
Thank you. Translation. Vartanam.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes.
One who has taken his birth is sure to die, and after death one is sure to take birth again. Therefore, in the unavoidable discharge of your duty, you should not lament.
Thank you, Prabhu. So, Srila Prabhupada's translation purport. Prabhupada ki jai. So, Krishna says, Krishna is saying here, one who has taken birth is sure to die, and after death one is sure to take birth again. So this is the process. We should understand we are taking birth and we are dying. And again we will take birth if we are not qualified to go back to spiritual world. If we are qualified to go back to spiritual world, then there is no birth. Until then, we will be taking birth again and again. Death and birth, death and birth. And it is not necessary that we will be getting a human form also. So death and death is happening for all kind of living entities, right? Including worms, insects, animals, plants. There is a birth and there is death. Similarly, for human beings, even for the demigods, even for the devatas, there is a end, and they also have a lifespan, including Brahmaji. Brahmaji is the topmost living entity in the universe, topmost jiva in the universe. He also has a lifespan, but definitely compared to our lifespan, his lifespan is very, 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 very huge, big. But definitely there is birth, or we can say coming into Brahmaji's taking birth, and also his will be, he will also die in the sense he will end the tenure in the body, and the jiva will go to spiritual world, and another jiva will take up the position of Brahmaji. So basically Brahmaji and also devatas like Indra, Chandra, Surya, Vayu, Varuna, all of these devatas, they are all basically, those are actually some posts or designations. This we should understand. They are actually posts or designations. Like we have designation of director, right? Procurement director, heavy section mill manager or a director, whatever, I was thinking about Emirates Steel, that's why I just mentioned. Or in a rolling mill manager or vice president. These are the designations. So people will come and go, change. It's not permanent, right? One person is going to be the CEO for the company. No, he can change. That's a post. Different people will come and take the position. Similarly, all the devatas are having post. For example, Indra, that's a post wherein An eligible candidate will take the position of Indra, who will take care of the rain department. And the eligible candidate will take up the position of Vayu, who will take care of the air department. And eligible candidate will come and take up the position of Brahmaji, who will take care of the creation. So like that. So all are devatas. All the devatas are posts, and they have a tenure, and after that tenure another jiva will come and take their position. And if they are eligible to go back to Krishna, they will go also. For example, that jivatma who is qualified to go back to Krishna, that particular devata who was in the devata body, if he is qualified to go back to spiritual world, he can go also. If not, he will be taking another body. We don't know what. So that is the point. So except, again, we need to understand these are post devatas, means except our Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva's position and Mother Durga's position is not replaceable. We can't, it's not a post kind of. It's already permanent. That cannot be changed. But all other devatas, it will be, because Lord Shiva is a devotee, pure devotee of Krishna. Mother Durga is sister. We can say that Lord Shiva's counterpart, and she is also helping in the creation, right? So like that. So Lord Shiva and Durga Devi, they are different, but all others are like posts. We can understand. We should understand in that way, and even we are eligible to take up that position. We can take. In fact, some of us would have been Indra also. We don't know, or maybe Chandra. We don't know. But we did not take that position. Of course, after the tenure, we would not have a properly cultivated spiritual consciousness. That is why now we are in the human form, or maybe we can go even to the lower creatures also. So here we should understand birth and death is there in this material world. Prabhupada, Krishna says here, therefore in the unavoidable discharge of your duty, you should not lament. So definitely there is birth and death. So Arjuna, you are a Kshatriya, you have to establish, you have to maintain the dharma, preserve the dharma, so you have to do your duty. So in that course of action, why you are lamenting for death and birth and etc.? No, that's not required. Anyway, that is going to happen. Purport, Srila Prabhupada says, one has to take birth according to one's activities, and after finishing one term of activity, one has to die, take birth for the next. In this way, one is going to go through the cycle of birth and death after another without liberation. This cycle of birth and death does not, however, support unnecessary murder or slaughter and war. So we should understand there is birth and death, right? It is like a cycle, it's going on. So always we should remember, some people think that, okay, I can do whatever I feel, I can do whatever I wish, or whatever I desire, I can do. So they can eat whatever they feel, they can do all the nonsense whatever they feel, thinking that, okay, this is only my one life. This one life is given by whoever it is, and it is for my enjoyment, let me enjoy. But we don't understand that, we don't understand that there is something called karma. Whatever we are doing, it is being recorded. Accordingly, we will be getting a body. We are going to take birth. We don't know what species, but definitely we are going to take birth, unless we are eligible to go back to Godhead. Otherwise, we will take birth. So it is very important to ensure that we are doing right activities. If we are doing sinful activities, we will be even losing this human form. We will not get human form. So it's a very, very dangerous situation. So we have to always remember this. There are people who will always say that, okay, nothing is there. Okay, anyway we are going to die. So let us enjoy. Okay, doesn't matter, whether it is correct or wrong or whatever. That is completely misunderstanding. Please, we should not think in that way. That's first point to remember. Second point Prabhupada here mentioned is that this cycle of birth and death is there, right? And so we know that anyway somebody is taking birth, they will die. But that is not telling us to, we can even do murder or slaughter or whatever, just like that, for our sense gratification or for some material, what to say, selfish selfish agenda. We can't do any kind of slaughter or murder. That is against the laws of nature. We will be punished. We will be punished. So Krishna is telling Arjuna to fight. You don't have to think about birth, death, etc. because anyway that is going to happen. That doesn't mean that Krishna is just simply telling Arjuna to kill somebody. Because this killing or this war is inevitable to establish the dharma. That is why Krishna is telling to do. Otherwise, Krishna will never say, just some nice person, or just go and kill somebody. He will not say like that. Right? So, unnecessary murder or slaughter is not being promoted. So, we should understand all. Remember, when we study this section of we are not the body, we are the soul. So, that will never, that is not actually, and Krishna is also telling that why you are lamenting, why you are crying, anyway they are going to die. So, what is there, if you kill them, what is the difference? Krishna may ask like that. But that is not we should not think that, okay, Krishna is telling us to kill anybody or, to hurt anybody. That's not the point. So, something for the religious or, for the higher cause, fighting is required. Re-establishing the dharma is a principle. So, that they have to do. So, it's not simply unnecessary murder or slaughter. Okay, that we should always remember. So Prabhupada mentions at the same time, violence and war are inevitable factors in human society for keeping the laws and order. This is the point. For keeping law and order, maybe we need to do some violence, in the sense, some punishment. For example, the Supreme Court judge is there. He is there to give judgments, right? Punishment. There is something called jail. There is a police force. There is military force. All of them are there. Why? To keep the law and order intact, right? So in their discharge of the duty, police sometimes may beat, or they may be beat, or may they punish the offenders or the thieves or whoever. So we can't say to the police, okay, you are a police, no, you are you should not do ahimsa, you should not do anything, please, you are hurting somebody. No, he is in that position. He is supposed to do that. That is his job, because that is his duty, dharma. To maintain law and order is the duty of such executives like police, military force, and those those who are in that position. They have to maintain the law and order. That's their duty. So they have to do. So nothing wrong. On the authority they can do, because they have an authority, not for selfish, our own some selfishness, not out of selfishness, but actually on the order of the authorities to keep the law and order intact. So, Battle of Kurukshetra is like that actually. Krishna is ordering. So, Battle of Kurukshetra, being the will of the Supreme, as the will of the Supreme, was an inevitable event, and to fight for the right cause is the duty of a Kshatriya. So, right cause, this is the right cause actually, because there are miscreants like Duryodhana and party. So, to annihilate them, to keep the law and order intact, there should be fight or a war. And so, this Mahabharata or Kurukshetra war is completely on the, completely for the right cause. Okay, so Krishna is instructing Arjuna to do the needful. Why should he be afraid of aggrieved at the death of his relatives, since he was discharging his proper duty? He did not deserve to break the law, thereby becoming subjected to the reactions of sinful acts of which he was afraid. So Arjuna, in the first chapter we have seen, Arjuna was afraid. He was afraid of many he was thinking that, okay, if I kill them, I will get sinful reaction, I will get papa. All these thoughts were coming into Arjuna. So basically, nothing will happen to Arjuna, because Arjuna is a Kshatriya and he is doing his duty. It's like a police officer or a military officer is killing somebody who is invading our country, or whoever is attacking our country. The police officer, or maybe the military officer will kill. So just like that, because Duryodhana and party, they are miscreants. So to keep the law and order, they have to take action, right? So that is only what Arjuna is doing, and Krishna is telling that why in that while so you have to discharge your duty, but why you are saying that I will get sinful reaction and I can't do this. It is like you have been appointed as a border security force in the border of India and Pakistan. Okay, if somebody from the border is invading into our area with the weapons or with the machine gun, and they are attacking our going in they are going to attack, like for example what happened in Bombay many years back when I was in college. I remember that that attack happened, no, that terrorist attack happened. So during that time, if the police officer or the military officer is telling that no, I will not kill the terrorist, I will just keep over, it's himsa, we can't do that. No, they will get tight slap or maybe punishment from the authorities. Then why you have taken this position? Why you became a soldier or whatever police officer? You are not fit to be in the position. So similarly, Arjuna is also thinking that way. Arjuna has already taken the position. He is a soldier. He is a Kshatriya, so he has to do his duty. But he is saying that no, I will get papa. I can't do this. So Krishna is saying, my dear Arjuna, you are not doing the right thing. So by avoiding the discharge of proper duty, he would not be able to stop his death of his relatives, and he would be degraded due to his selection of a wrong path of action. So anyway, Arjuna is thinking different ways that I will get punished or sinful activities, but Krishna is telling that you are doing your duty. Nothing is going to happen to you. You are doing your duty on an authority, based on an authority, and not only that, based on the scriptures. It's a dharma for a Kshatriya to do this. So nothing is going to happen to you. Don't lament. Don't worry about anything. Yeah. Next verse. Avyaktadini bhutani vyakta madhyani bharata avyakta nidannanyeva tatra ka paridevana.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Avyaktadini bhutani vyakta madhyani bharata avyakta nidnanyeva tatra ka paridevana.
Thank you. Anybody else?
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Avyktadini bhutani vyaktamadhyani bharata avyakta nidhananyeva tatra ka paridevana. Hare Krishna.
Translation, please.
Hare Krishna. All created beings are unmanifest in their beginning, manifest in their interim state, and unmanifest again when annihilated. So what need is there for lamentation?
Thank you. So Krishna is saying all created beings are unmanifest in their beginning. Unmanifest means what? Unmanifest means it is not prakat. It's still avyakta. So avyakta is called unmanifest. Manifest means it is vyakta, means it is, for example, if something is, we say now, dormant and active. So like that. Unmanifest means it is not coming into existence, or it's already there. Of course, it's there, but it's not being visible or not being experienced. It's in a dormant state. But manifest state means it is vyakta, where we can experience, where we can see, like that. So here Krishna is saying that all beings, all created beings are unmanifest in their beginning, manifest in their interim state, unmanifest again when annihilated. So what need is there for lamentation? So Krishna is saying that there is something called where avyakta stage, and after some time when they are created, then there's a vyakta, this means manifested, and again they are going to unmanifest, avyakta, right? So that's the process. So Krishna is saying that why you are lamenting for that, why you are lamenting, you should understand this principle. Prabhupada's purport, Srila Prabhupada is saying, like, accepting that there are two classes of philosophers, one believing in the existence of the soul and other not believing in the existence of the soul, there is no cause for lamentation in either case. Non-believers in the existence of the soul are called the atheists by followers of the Vedic wisdom. Yet, even if argument's sake we accept this atheistic theory, there is still no cause for lamentation. So Prabhupada is mentioning that there are two types of philosophers. One who is believing that there is an existence of the soul, and other is not believing. So in both the cases, Prabhupada mentions that there is no cause of lamentation. The reason is that we will see that Prabhupada explains that down. So atheistic theory, there is no lamentation, there is still no cause of lamentation. Prabhupada mentions apart from the separate existence of the soul, the material elements remain unmanifested before creation. From the subtle state of non-manifestation comes manifestation, just as from ether air is generated, from air fire is generated, from fire water is generated, and from water earth becomes manifested. From the earth many varieties of manifestation take place. So Prabhupada is giving, actually this is a Sankhya philosophy, basically how the material elements are created. So Prabhupada mentions that there is a separate existence of the soul. Soul is always already there, and material elements are also manifesting and unmanifesting. When the creation happens by the Supreme Lord Vishnu, he creates he creates this, he has created this material elements, and once this is created, then it is like unmanifested and manifested state. Sometimes it will be manifested state wherein the material elements will be active, and there will be an unmanifested state also wherein all the material elements will be inactive. So that is what Prabhupada mentions here. And soul is also present, again eternally, which is once soul has created by, or we can't say that creation, but in the sense, but still it's coming from the Lord Vishnu. So when it is happening, then after that the soul is always there. Soul is always there. Sometimes, of course, the soul during the manifested state, soul will exist in this material world. I mean, this is, he will be manifested in the material world or seen in the material world, and according to the karma, they will take a body. And after that particular period of time in that particular body, they may change the body. Like that it happens. And during the unmanifestation or dissolution of the universe, what will happen? Whatever living entities are remaining there, they will all go back to the body of Mahavishnu, because he is he is the creator of the universes, right? We know that. So everything will go back to not only universes, he is the creator of material elements, he is the creator of living entities. Everything is coming from him. So everything whatever was remaining will go back to him. And during the next phase of creation, what will happen? Again, all the living entities, all the material elements is now currently unmanifested, or we can say that in a dormant state, will be again activated in the next creation. Like that it happens. So it's a cycle basically. And those who are qualified, they can go back to spiritual world. They will go back to spiritual world. Once who are qualified, they will not again go back to the body of Mahavishnu. So for example, if a devotee who is practicing Krishna consciousness nicely, and if he is eligible to go back to, he is eligible to go to the spiritual world, he will go directly. After leaving the body, he will go directly. He or she can go directly to the spiritual world. But if that's not happening, then if we are still there till the end of the Brahmaji's lifetime, which is called as the Mahapralay, that during Mahapralay, all the all the material elements, or we can say everything, all the entire creation will go to the body of Mahavishnu. And during the next phase of creation, again, this will be manifested. So basically, manifestation and unmanifestation, prakat and aprakat. Okay. So that is what we should understand. But it's not that he is creating every time he is creating material elements, or he is every time during next Brahmaji's lifetime, because one Brahmaji will go, another Brahmaji will come. So during that lifetime, during that period, Vishnu is not creating again material elements newly. It's already there. It's already created during the first time, in the sense when the material world itself, material world is created by Vishnu, whenever, we can't say a time period. So from then the living entities are there, the material elements are there, everything is there. So then after on, from that point onwards, it is only manifestation and unmanifestation. Sometimes it will be prakata, sometimes it will be aprakata, like that. It's not that it is destroyed and again creating. That's not happening. And here there is one point mentioned about the subtle state of non-manifestation. Here it says, from the subtle state of non-manifestation comes the manifestation, just as from the ether air is generated from air. So this is material elements like earth, water, fire, air, ether. These are the material elements, or Panchabhutas. So these are created from one to see, for example, from ether. Ether is sky. From ether, then air is coming. Then from air, fire is coming. From fire, then water is generated. From water, earth is manifested. So this is basically Sankhya philosophy. This is how the material elements are being created in this world, and we will study this in detail in Srimad Bhagavatam, 2nd canto, 5th chapter, 4th chapter, 5th chapter, and also in the 3rd canto, 5th chapter, and also towards the end of, during the conversation between Devahuti and Kardama Muni in the 3rd canto, again we are studying this. So all these principles are being discussed there. So basically we should understand now all this air, fire, water, earth. Earth means, doesn't mean the planet. Okay, planet is there, but earth means the soil, and all those things will come. For example, if a building is dismantled, what will happen? That will be like, for example, there are cement will be there, bricks will be there, everything will be dissolving into the earth, right? So basically the cement, bricks, everything has earth element in it. So that is what we should understand. Earth doesn't mean that is only the planet we are talking about. Earth means earth element, and water means water element. Water element is present in many places, in our body, outside, like that. Even in the atmosphere, water element is there. Likewise, fire element is there in our body, in our digestive tract. Fire element is there, and outside, of course, we know the sun is giving, the heat and light is there. Fire element is there, and also we know that fire is there in the even in the trees and woods, right? That fire, that property is there. So otherwise, if you light the firewood, how the fire will come? So that element is already there. Likewise, air is there. Ether, sky or ether means the space. No, we can see the space also, right? Even outside, space not only means the sky, whatever, space means even the space between atoms is a space. That is sky element basically. And in our body also there are so many cells, and between two cells there is some space. That is also coming in the considered to be an ether or sky element basically. So basically all these elements are created by Krishna or Vishnu, and there is a sequence of creation. That's what Prabhupada mentions. So first ether or sky or space is created. From then air, fire, like that. That's the process. That is the sequence. And Prabhupada mentions from the earth many varieties are manifesting. And Prabhupada gives a good example here to make us understand. For example, he says a big skyscraper building manifested from the earth. For example, if you are building a skyscraper, it is manifesting from the earth. We can see that, right? When it is dismantled, Prabhupada says, manifestation becomes again unmanifested and remains as the atoms in the ultimate stage. Correct? We were already discussed the cement or metal or whatever bricks, whatever we are using for constructing a building. So during construction it is there. When it is dismantled, what will happen? All these elements is going to become, ultimate, they will go and remains as atoms basically. This is the law of conservation of energy. The Prabhupada says the law of conservation of energy remains, but in course of time things are manifested and unmanifested. After some time, from the same earth we are making bricks. Again cement is created, cement is produced, and then again we use that in the construction. So manifestation and manifestation is taking place, right? That's the law of conservation of energy. Again, science, we don't have to go into details, but just for our understanding. So then what is the cause for lamentation either in the stage for manifestation and manifestation? So Prabhupada also says that Krishna is saying here in the verse that this manifestation prakat and aprakat is going to come anyway. Prakat, then aprakat, then again prakat, aprakat. This is going to come. This is going to happen. So vyakta, avyakta, vyakta, avyakta. So we don't have to worry about any of these things. That is what Krishna is saying here. Prabhupada also. Somehow or the other, even in the unmanifested stage, things are not lost. Both at the beginning and the end, all elements remain unmanifested. And only in the middle they are manifested, and this does not make any real material difference. Prabhupada further says, if we accept the Vedic conclusion as stated in Bhagavad Gita that these material bodies are perishable in the course of time, antavanta ime deha, but that the soul is eternal, nityasyukta sharirinaha, then we must remember always that body is like a dress. Therefore, why lament for changing a dress? So that is the conclusion of Bhagavad Gita. That is the understanding from this section, that it is like changing the dress. If our dress is old, we will change it, right? We will throw the old dress and we'll put a new garment. Similarly, if the body is old, then another body is taken, right? The material body has no factual existence in relation to the eternal soul. It is something like a dream. In a dream, we may think of flying in the sky or sitting in on a chariot as a king. When we wake up, we can see that neither in the sky nor we are neither in the sky nor seated on the chariot. Correct? Many of us, all of us would have this experience of seeing the dreams. So we will see so many things in the dream, but that's not reality, right? The Vedic wisdom encourages self-realization on the basis of the non-existence of the material body. Therefore, in either case, when one believes in the existence of the soul or one does not believe in the existence of the soul, there is no cause for lamentation for the loss of body. So, this is the point Prabhupada also mentions, that even if we think that if we believe in the soul or if we don't believe in the soul, we don't have to lament, because anyway, even if we don't, for example, if we don't believe in soul, okay, if a person who doesn't believe that we are the spirit soul, they also are aware that we are going to die. Correct? Everybody knows. That everybody knows. I am going to die. Somebody will be. Because we are seeing that principle that's the law of nature. So if that person believing in soul or not believing in soul, definitely that person is going to die. So that at least people are understanding. So that is why Krishna is also saying, if you believe or not believe, then, but in any case we are going to die. The body is going to destroy in any case, if you believe or not believe in soul. So no need to lament. Okay, that is what he says. Let's do one more verse. Ascharyavat pashyadi kaschitenam ascharyavat vadati tataiva chanyaha ascharyavat chainamanya shrunoti shrutvapi enam vedana chaiva kaschit.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी। आश्चर्यवत् पश्यत् आश्चर्यवत् पश्यति कश्चित् एनम् आश्चर्यवति वदति तथा एव च अन्यः आश्चर्यवतं च एनम् अन्यः शृणोति श्रुत्वा अपि एनं वेदेन च एव कश्चित्।
Thank you. Yes, anybody else?
Krishna Prabhu. आश्चर्यवत् पश्यति कश्चिदेनमाश्चर्यवद् वदति तदैव चान्यः आश्चर्यवच्चैनमन्यः शृणोति श्रुत्वापेनं वेदन चैव कश्चित्. हरे कृष्ण.
Yeah. Translation.
Some looks on the soul as amazing, some describe him as amazing, and some hear of him as amazing, while others, even after hearing about him, cannot understand him at all. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. So Krishna is saying the some look on the soul as amazing. Oh, some understand, or they will think, okay, this is so nice. Soul means amazing because of the presence of the soul, the consciousness is there. So they consider, like, they look as the soul as amazing. Some describe him as amazing. Some hear him as amazing, while others, even after hearing about him, cannot understand him at all. So point is that those who are understanding understanding that we are not the body, we are actually spirit souls, or the characteristics of the soul, if one is understanding, they will appreciate that. If one is not understanding, they will not appreciate, because they are not able to understand it. So again, that is according to the qualification. So that is why we have these scriptures. Why Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam is for us to understand our real nature, and understanding the constitutional real nature, understanding the constitutional position of living unity with the Krishna, and that is the purpose of all the Vedas or scriptures. So those who are fortunate, they will come to this path. Those who are not fortunate will again take birth, and we don't know when they will get an opportunity. So all of us should take this opportunity nicely. So, okay, purport by Srila Prabhupada. Since Gita Upanishad is largely based on the principles of the Upanishads, it is not surprising to also find this passage in the Katha Upanishad. Shravanayapi bahubiryo na labhya shrunvadopi bhavo yam na vidyuhu ascharya vakta kushalo asya labda ascharyasya jnata kushalanushishtata. The fact that, the meaning Prabhupada is saying here, the fact that the atomic soul is within the body of a gigantic animal, in the body of a gigantic banyan tree, and also in the microbic germs, millions and billions of which occupy only an inch of space, is certainly very amazing. Nice. So atomic soul is present in a big animal, and a big banyan tree also. Soul is there, and it is also present in the germs, small microorganisms. But still we can't understand, because the soul, the size and the subtleness of the soul is so much that it is something really amazing. How it is possible, right? How is it possible to have this kind of that is the speciality of the soul. Men with a poor fund of knowledge and men who are not austere cannot understand the wonders of the individual atomic spark of spirit, even though it is explained by the greatest authority of knowledge, who imparted lessons even to Brahma, the first living being in the universe. So Prabhupada mentions that with a poor fund of knowledge, if you don't have the proper knowledge, or men who are not austere, means not like just ordinary people. Austere means those who are taking some tapasya, those who are undergoing some tapasya to understand all this actually. Or somebody, general population, they will say, okay, I'm not interested, I don't know anything. Maybe they will not even accept that I don't know. That's another thing. But understanding, having knowledge means we should know what is what, right? So here, people with poor fund of knowledge, Prabhupada says that they cannot understand the nature of the spirit soul. Even if it is being explained by greatest authority, they will not understand. So owing to the gross material conception of the things, most men in this age cannot imagine how such a small particle can become both so great and small. So men look at the soul proper as wonderful either by constitution or by description. So some people will not understand at all. Some people will think that, okay, this is something very great. Oh, amazing. Oh. They may not be knowing much about it, but they will think that it's amazing. Right? Some ascharya, some adbhuta will come in them. Okay, this is great. This is something great. Okay, the same spirit soul is in the banyan tree. The same spirit soul in the worm also. How great. Amazing. Right? Like that. Some people will think. And some may be amazed by the description of the soul. Okay, we are saying about soul cannot be killed, soul cannot be cut by weapons, or so all these descriptions and explanations of the soul and the nature of the soul, people are getting very much. They may some people may feel that, okay, this is wonderful, oh, very nice, like that. They may feel like that. So Prabhupada mentions illusion by the material energy. People who are engrossed in subject matters for sense gratification, they have very little time to understand the question of self-understanding. Even though it is a fact, without this self-understanding, all activities result in ultimate defeat in the struggle of existence. Perhaps they have no idea that one must think of soul and thus make a solution to material misery. So Prabhupada mentioned that those who are illusioned by material energy means those who are completely running behind the sense gratification. So they will not understand all these things. They will not understand, or even they don't they will not even take effort to understand. That is the unfortunate situation of the normal population. But those who are fortunate, they will at least appreciate the soul's nature. And those who are really fortunate, they will take the shelter of the scriptures, and then they will understand the process, understand what is what, and then from then they will follow what is required as per the scriptures. Prabhupada says further, some people who are inclined to hear about the soul may be attending the lectures in good association, but sometimes, owing to ignorance, they are misguided by the acceptance of super soul and the atomic soul as one without distinction of magnitude. So Prabhupada here speaking about one important point, that maybe some may be inclined to understand all this, so they will maybe attending some classes or in association. But sometimes what happens, if the knowledge is not being properly given, or we can say if our understanding is completely wrong, then there is a conception that atomic soul, or means individual soul, and individual soul means all of us, and the super soul, which is Krishna, both are same. So actually that is not same. We are not equal to Krishna. Super soul and individual soul is, of course, they are connected, but it is not same. But there are some philosophy, there are some school of thoughts who will consider Soul and the super soul are same. We have already discussed many times in our classes that Mayavada philosophy. The Mayavada philosophy will exactly follow the same. Will exactly follow like this. Like they say that super soul and soul is same. Okay, there are some similarities or qualities which is common, but it is not same. We should understand that. So it is very difficult. So Prabhupada says that even if the one who is inquisitive or inclined to hear about all this, but if they are not coming in the proper association, their understanding of the soul will be completely different. So it will be misleading information. So it's very important that we should have a proper association, proper parampara, and we should hear from those, like for example, Srila Prabhupada, who is coming in the Gaudiya Vaishnava parampara, and we are hearing from him. That conclusion is perfect. So it is very difficult to find a man who perfectly understands the position of the super soul and the atomic soul, their respective functions and the relationships, and other major and minor details. And it is still more difficult to find a man who has actually derived full benefit from the knowledge of the soul, and who is able to describe the position of the soul in different aspects. But if somehow or the other one is able to understand the subject matter of the soul, then one's life is successful. So Prabhupada says that there are different classes of people. Some, some may go into detail, some may try to understand the nature of the soul. But in any case, if we are really fortunate, somehow or the other, if we are able to understand the subject matter properly, then our life will become successful. So then Prabhupada says how it is possible, what we have to do to make our life successful. Then he says the easiest process of understanding the subject matter of the self, however, is to accept the statements of Bhagavad Gita spoken by the greater authority, Krishna, Lord Krishna. So whatever Krishna is saying, that is the greatest authority, right? So Krishna is giving the right information, correct, the proper information here. So we have to accept those statements, then we will be understanding it properly without being deviated by the theories. So there will be many false theories. We should not get deviated by that. We should follow what is being actually spoken by Krishna, and how we will understand that what Krishna is speaking. I mean, what Krishna and what is the, for example, the message what we see. The point is that there are so many Bhagavad Gita available. There are so many Bhagavad Gita interpretations in this world. So we can't accept everything to be the right message of Krishna, because there are so many misinterpretations. So there are so many deviation from the actuals. Because many have commented on the Bhagavad Gita, misinterpreted the Bhagavad Gita. So the actual message of Bhagavad Gita might not be available in those texts. So we have to be really careful from which source we are hearing. We can say that, okay, we can't just say that it's Bhagavad Gita. Okay, all Bhagavad Gita is same, right? Krishna has spoken to Arjuna, the same. And what is the problem if I read, Srila Prabhupada's Bhagavad Gita or any other Bhagavad Gita or any, whatever Sampradayas Bhagavad Gita? There is difference, because the understanding and explanation of and the conclusion of the Gita will be different. So what we are studying here is what Prabhupada has given us the actuals. Why? Because whatever Krishna has spoken to Arjuna, that right essence, what Krishna is, what Krishna wanted to convey through this sloka. Who can understand that? Only those who are pure devotees. So if we are not in the proper parampara, Guru parampara, then whatever we might be learning will be wrong, could be wrong. So we have to be really careful. So that is why we should be hearing from the right authority. That is why Prabhupada, he says that when he has given this Bhagavad Gita, he says this is Bhagavad Gita as it is. As it is means that's the original. Original means whatever Krishna has said, the same, in the same intention, in the same meaning, it is being presented here. No deviation. So Prabhupada says that, but it also requires a great deal of penance and sacrifice, either in this life or in the previous ones, before one is able to accept Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Krishna can, however, be known as such by the causeless mercy of the pure devotee and by no other way. So Prabhupada mentions that we have to have some sukriti to understand all this. So great deal of penance and sacrifice means we would have done some austerities in our previous life or some good activities. That is, whatever sukriti we have, that will depend upon our future basically. So if we have to understand all this properly, then we should have some kind of spiritual credits with us. That is what Prabhupada is saying here. That is why not everybody is understanding all this, or not everybody is interested in spirituality, because they don't have that sukriti. And Prabhupada says that sukriti will come how? By the causeless mercy of the pure devotee. So by the mercy of pure devotees like Srila Prabhupada and all our acharyas, because of their mercy, we will get, we will understand, or we will be coming to this platform of understanding that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and we are the part and parcel of Krishna, and our relationship with Him, and etc. All this, spiritual transcendental knowledge, we will be understanding through by the mercy of a pure devotee. So that is what. So we should take shelter of such pure devotees, such gurus, so that we can understand the spiritual knowledge. We will get the spiritual knowledge, and we can perfect our life, and finally we will be able to go back to spiritual world. So that is what we should understand. Okay. All right. So I think we will stop here. We will do the 30th verse in next class. Hare Krishna. श्रीमद् भगवद गीता की जय, जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, समवेद गौर भक्त वृंद की जय, इस्कॉन गुरु वृंद की जय, गौड़ी गुरु वृंद की जय, गौर प्रेमानंद।